Saki, you can take away whenever you're ready.
Alright, so everyone do be ready for the absolute unprepared mess of a session that this is gonna be.
Oh yeah. We're all rusty, don't worry.
Alright. Well then, who wants to give a sum up on the last session that happened?
I'll be honest, I don't have that good of a memory.
Remember what happened?
It's been a month. I remember we finished up the festival stuff. That's it. We had like what's my character's name?
Why do I remember that and you don't?
Oh my god. I remember that I think we met like, what was her name? Wait. What was that little... was she a halfling? I think she was.
A lot of people got late.
What was, Rachel, that was her name. Her old colleague?
I got the NPC
I
channel
think I
over
just
here.
dropped something.
Yes,
God damn it. This session was
Rachel
a mess, guys.
Buckthorn and her familiar Vixen.
Yeah, I think we met like her old colleagues per se. I think that she was somewhat involved in.
Yep.
Or
She was hiding from them because they were looking for the last piece of the crystal or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The shard of the key gem.
Yeah.
And then there's Igbro, the little goblin guard who led us into the festival. Felicia was one of the performers who I took on a dinner date.
I still can't believe that of all people that got late in that session, it wasn't Kiwhie.
Look, I might be a horny devil, but my character isn't. Tammy was the one... Was Tammy the one that, weightlifted with Cat in him? Yeah.
That beat Cat in the lifting contest. She was also from the Fantasia company.
Who was Braggy again?
That was, I think, one of the dudes that we met that Rachel was like hiding from, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then Khalid is the guy that Alex's character was crushing on.
That.
No, I think this is pretty funny. I'm not gonna sush about that.
Read.
You can read all you want.
We did fix a wagon, but that was just a random encounter. And I believe Saki implied we're going to encounter with that couple. That Vic was like an old married couple again.
You can barely hear the music? Okay.
Trust me, Saki, we are not the worst players out there.
Yeah,
I
no,
saw
I
that.
know. I know you're not the worst, but just Kiwhie, what was your character's name again?
It's been a month.
I still don't know how I remember that name and you don't. Your character. Arashi Onyx.
Yeah.
Detective.
That's
Onyx.
Detective Arashi Onyx to you.
About.
We're so bad.
You guys, so you're gonna kill me.
Saki is in pain.
I'm in more than pain.
I wonder who will kill who first.
I physically banged my head against the wall when you guys were struggling to get back together what your characters' names were.
I remember mine, excuse me.
It's quite easy to remember.
I still remember, Kiwi's name was funny enough the only name that I didn't remember.
Exactly.
I do, however, remember Wanderer, Fragment, and myself, obviously.
I hope so. I can't go through this a second time.
Fragment does not have obvious memories. Let's make that fucking clear.
Fragment has the most fragmented memory of all of you guys. And still remembers more than all of you.
Oh my. Why is that not wrong?
I see his armor class.
Sad.
Because you're pretty good at defragmenting.
Oh my god, Saki, no.
That made my
didn't
internet
just-
crash.
You did
And-
not just do that.
Yes, I did do that, and I briefly crashed my
Puns.
browser with that. It's back now, though.
Oh my god. That is
Fucking
paramount for me.
puns. Saki loves puns, it seems.
Yes, I'm the master of puns.
You're
Alright,
gonna
so
go with that.
we've had our wonderful recap.
That's a fun season.
Alright, guys. The recap from the last session was, even chat did it better. Yeah, some people got late.
One.
Some people got late, some people tried to get late, and some people failed to get late.
It was a festival, don't question it. My friend is here with me. You said that, and he just looks over instantly and says, "What?"
Ah yeah, we have someone listening in right now. I forgot that. Well, I don't care. Well then, shall we continue where we left off the last time when you made your way off to the last day of traveling?
Yes.
Alright. So, last day of traveling, you're on the road. You know that this is the home stretch. You need maybe half a day until you reach the city of Annam, where you are gonna escort Rachel to, so she can hand over her shard, her splitter of the key prism, to the other paladins, so they can open up the big tomb to unveil the artifact of the paladin order again, and choose someone new to take care of this artifact, to go around and distribute peace again across the realms. And as you recall what she told you about the political unrest, and even some of the stuff that not even you as individuals and inhabitants of those realms knew about, I would like one of you to please roll me a d12.
Not me.
I'll do it. Just a moment.
That's so strange not having two screens again and doing this on a laptop.
Wish I had two screens. Must be
Friend is,
nice.
My friend is grinning like a madman after you mentioned political unrest because he loves writing that shit into his campaigns. Fun. It is.
What better way to show people's values than having political unrest?
Okay, fair.
Hey, King.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh my god, what kind of fucking silky smooth voice do you have?
What?
I got a lot to laugh.
Apparently your voice is silky smooth.
Oh, nice. I'm taking that as a compliment.
I would.
Take it as a compliment, man, I don't care. It was meant as
I got a
one.
lot to laugh.
Oh, by the way, I rolled a
I'm
4.
My dad's asleep.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm currently rolling some stuff.
Uh-oh.
But to answer your question, King, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm alright.
That's it.
I know it's just a little stuff, but otherwise fun.
You
Yeah,
too. Hope you feel better soon.
well,
Alright then.
Okay.
As you make your way down towards one of the roads, it's a little windy road passing through one of the valleys that are so common to, that are very common to the Alliance. And you go into basically the bottom part of a small cliff. There's rocks to both sides of you, towering high above you, and you can see the clouds just barely passing over it. And as you do that, you hear someone shout, "Get him!" And you see that before you, two bandits appear. And you also can see from the corner of your eye that behind you 2 bandits on the cliff sides appear with bows. Now would all of you like to roll initiative, please?
Oh boy,
I'm so
combat!
motherfucking scared.
Combat in my campaign!
I'm scared. Was that roll or check? I completely forgot how combat works.
It's pinned in the bot commands. And a nice playground for you guys.
14.
Okay,
You
check.
wasn't.
Any
We really gotta
Okay.
change the
15.
prefix for
Great.
Mikaro.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I need to do that next time. ASAP.
I'll deal. Oh wait, I can't do that. I don't have Evan.
Poggers. I'm going
Arashi is on
first.
with me.
Oh, hold on, I quickly need to write down my initiative that I got for all these bad guys because I didn't pre-roll that because I'm an idiot. That's the only thing I forgot to do.
To be
I'll let
perfectly
you
honest,
know, by the way, that I have no idea how you fight as a
Yes,
warlock, so
finally
this is gonna be
combat.
interesting.
We waited over a month for this.
I'm sorry, I know I'm unprepared and dumb.
oh, it's alright.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I am unprepared. I was sitting here like last night and quickly just scribbling down a lot of stuff. I was like, it's gonna fly.
You know, maybe
Nice.
next time we could use that map making program I gifted you.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sorry,
remember, I
it
should
doesn't run on
probably-
my laptop.
I should first read through all
well,
of the
use Caternum's
spells
computer.
again.
I literally have it installed, so that is fair.
Stop undermining my authority of not doing shit for my D&D campaign.
You have one job. No, I'm just kidding. One job that includes a lot of stuff.
I'm sorry,
I need to
okay?
I need to read through all of my spells.
Okay, while you do that, you have fun reading through all of your spells, and while you do that, and I get music going. Kiwhie, what do you want to do? You're going first.
Oh boy, so there's 2 bandits, you said?
There are 2 bandits in front of you, and there are 2 bandits up on the cliffs behind you guys with bow and arrow.
I pull out my own weapon. I say, you sure you guys really want to do this?
Is that all you say?
I say it very threateningly with my gun out at them. So yeah, I give them like a second to respond.
Can you give me an intimidation check for that?
Sure. This is
I
gonna
swear to
go.
God, if you scare them away, I am
Great.
going to come over there.
Oh, I hope this works! Hold on.
I'm actually
Kidding me.
Well, no comment, guys.
The bandits in front of you see the strange weapon you pulled out. I assume you pulled out your little blunderbuss, right?
Yeah, my shotgun.
Yeah, you pulled out your shotgun and they look at this strange contraption and they're now unsure about what they wanted to do actually because they've never seen this thing. But it looks weird and it looks like it can hurt them a lot. So they're just standing there very unsurely now.
Alright, I will hold my action to shoot if they shoot back. If they shoot first.
Just like that, there's an arrow that zips behind you as one of them screams to not be intimidated. It misses! It's just to intimidate you guys, because the archers behind you can't see your little shotgun.
So they were shooting at me? Or...
They were shooting past you just as a warning, and as a reminder for the bandits currently in front of you, very unsure about their little attack that they've planned.
How far away are the archers?
The archers are 50 feet away from you. Up on
Alright.
the cliffs.
I'm gonna shoot at the one that shot at me.
Okay, can you please roll me an attack then?
Alright, let me figure out how to do that.
I'm so confused. I think I literally wrote
Okay.
something wrong into my.
Do I have to like
sheet.
write out my whole weapon name?
Oh no, you can shorten it.
You write out the weapon name you have in your sheet.
Right.
I'm gonna laugh if this is.
With an acid soaker blaster.
Yeah.
I literally miswrote something into my sheet. Fuck my life.
Yeah, so the past you tells you, okay, you don't want to fuck with those guys, but they want to fuck with you, and you don't have time for this bullshit. So you turn around, you aim your acid soaker blaster up at the one guy that you see is currently restringing a bow. No, wait, hold on. Fuck, English hard. It is currently
knocking an arrow.
yeah, it's currently knocking an arrow back onto his bow. I'm sorry, English is not my first language.
No, that's fine.
And since he's currently distracted by trying to get his ammunition back in order to be shot again, you just pull a little trigger on your acid soaker blaster, and you guys see a bright green glob of something quickly leaving the barrel of the blaster, shooting towards this guy, soaking him from head to toe, and you hear horrendous screams of pain as this guy is engulfed in acid everywhere in the front of him, and starts scratching at the little globs that stick to his skin, and quickly turn it very red and very not good looking as he lets fall down his bow and his arrows and falls off the cliff because he can't hold himself any longer. And as he plummets to his death, you just hear the sickening crunch of bones and intestines, like a little meat ballon that's filled with blood.
And I just look back at the guy in front of me and I just like smirk.
One of the bandits looks at you. What the fuck was that?
It's usually used to repel sharks, but works on people too.
One of the one band in front of you looks at his colleague next to him. What do we do now? Like, boss said to look for valuables, but like, what the fuck? Those are not ordinary people.
What else were you thinking, dude?
You can hear one of the archers that's still behind you, the one left, scrambling away from you as fast as possible. He's just, no, fuck this, I'm out. So now you're left with the two bandits right in front of you.
Did anyone else want to do anything?
It's still your turn.
No, I'm done. I did my turn.
God damn it. Having a bit of a technical problem over here.
Well, who's up
Alright.
next?
I would be next, that's the problem.
Oh, okay.
And I think I have a bit of a technical problem over here. I think I literally accidentally wrote something wrong into my sheet.
Oh boy.
Like, for some reason I had a cantrip, or a spell that's named as a cantrip, as a first level spell. For some odd fucking reason, despite the fact that I had Frost check
know what?
over
Do
the
you mind if I
sheet.
go and then like you can fix it later? Because we're right next to each other. Initiative, just swap.
Yeah,
I just
Alright.
swapping it.
you
No.
can go first. Cause I don't know how the fuck I am supposed to fix that.
Alright, so Fragment takes out a little, like a spherical vial from her bag of holding, shakes it, and it starts bubbling and shaking violently. And she points the cork towards the two bandits and just says, I suggest you run. The contents of this vial are far more potent than the acid in that weapon.
Can you
Just
make an
calmly,
investigation?
nonchalantly, just saying, you don't want to get soaked with acid. I suggest you leave right now.
Can you give me another intimidation check for that, Fragment?
Do I get advantage because I
Yes,
saw
you,
what the fuck?
yes, you get advantage.
I'm just trying to one-up me, huh?
Of course, you have the actual badass detective with his fucking acid blaster. Then you have this sweet ass, and I have the very sweet Warforged.
This little robot that could bake you cookies is like, yeah, you thought that was bad? Watch
Why did
this.
the advantage work?
I have no idea. Roll again.
Yeah.
You just roll again. I'm taking the higher one.
Okay, 14.
They look at you, and one of the bandits says, "Fuck this," turns around and takes basically his legs into his hands and runs as fast as he can. As only the last one standing, he seems pretty determined to get at least some sort of money out of you guys.
Alright, well then I'm gonna hold my action to cast Tasha's Caustic Brew if he tries anything.
Alright, you do that. So,
Now would be wander. A fragment would come wander.
yeah. So, what you gonna do?
How close is this guy?
He's currently around 15 feet in front of you.
15.
Oh, then I'd have to move closer into range, but I think that would make sense considering she would do that anyway.
Yeah. He's 15 feet in front, the 1 and the 5, not the 5 and the 0.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I thought you said 5-0. Okay, never mind. 30 foot
Okay,
line.
I am just going to brandish my massive fucking axe, and I'm going to say to him, "Run now, or you get this."
Give me an intimidation check with advantage, please.
I'm sure you don't
I
want
like
to
how-
just hit him, Karen.
I like how he is the one that complained about no combat this session. I give you combat, you just scare them all away.
Okay, I don't know why I didn't give him advantage. Let's see. Well, 13.
At this point, this bandit is just, well, either he gets valuables or he dies, so he just stands his ground. And you can see that he's clearly lying when he yells at you, "Nice try! I'm not intimidated!"
Cool. I'm gonna fucking. He gets a big chunk.
Oh boy.
Doobity-doo.
Everyone forgot how the bot worked.
I'm trying to
It's
remember.
been a month.
I tried. It has.
I'm currently trying to remember what the exact syntax is.
What are you trying to do?
Crit modifier.
Wrong command.
Oh, 14 to hit, 9 for damage.
Yep, that hits. As you rush over towards the bandit, you brandish your axe and bring it down onto one of his arms. And you can see that the steel is biting into the soft flesh of this man as you make your way just past the leather armor that he's wearing as he screams out in pain. But he's still standing, and he now seems very determined to at least kill one of you and take all your valuables and then run before, you know, anything else happens.
Question:
Yes.
Is Wanderer in the AoE of the spell?
Yes.
Like, is he standing in front of the guy or to the side?
He's currently standing in front of the guy.
Uh-oh.
You wouldn't want to hurt Wanderer, would you?
Well, is that all you're gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else I can do.
He's seriously not gonna move out of the line of fire of the bubbling vial of acid?
Okay, fine. I'll begrudgingly walk back another 15 feet.
Move to the side, remember, it's a 5-foot line.
Okay, I'll still walk back 15 feet. I'll just hit him with the axe and walk back to you all.
You just moonwalk out of there. So yeah. You rip your axe free from the flesh of the guy. A swell of blood is gushing out of an open wound. And you can see that it is very painful. as you make your way quickly backwards, backing off to get some room in between you and this man, who you see in his eyes, he is very determined now to kill every single one of you. Well then, and it's his turn. And what he's gonna do now is one of the dumbest things in his entire life that he could have done, as he brandishes his scimitar that he's currently wearing, and tries to attack Wanderer.
Oh, I held my action in case he tried anything.
Oh,
Let him get his attack off, come on.
So the cork comes off, and a eruption of acid spray comes in a line covering the dude. He needs to make, I believe it's a dexterity save? Yeah.
how high?
I'm so fucking mad. I rolled minimum damage on that.
What's the DC?
Oh, 13.
Yeah, no, he fails that with flying colors.
Fails?
Oh. Yes, he failed.
Okay. So the acid doesn't seem to have as much of an immediate effect as what's inside Arashi's blaster. However, it quickly congeals and begins sticking to his skin, and will continue to burn him unless he spends time removing it.
Damn it, does it do?
It's 2d4, but I rolled 2 1s, so 2.
Yeah, as the acid hits him, some of it lands in his wound, burning into the flesh and starting eating away at that, and he screams in pain and crumbles down and basically flails around there for a little bit before he passes out from the pain. You literally rolled, even minimum damage would have knocked this guy out.
Oh, damn.
He was at 2 HP.
Well, I feel like this is a war crime in some countries.
Probably.
Oh, it is most definitely a war crime in most countries in this realm, but no one needs to know. You won't be surprised with some of the stuff that the other realms pull with bandits and prisoners.
Woo!
Hey, at least we're not capturing him as a slave.
You guys really woke up this day and said, I'm gonna violate the Geneva Convention!
Fuck
Yep.
yeah, man!
God.
That's what I do every day.
Ah, good to see, person of quality.
Fragment looks at the guy and then cleans out the vial just to make sure there's no residue that could hurt anyone any more than it already has. Basically, like, she doesn't want it going out of control. She wants to be in, like, make sure no accidents happen. Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna go over to where the guy I shot fell and see if he's dead or alive.
You walk over to the body that clearly split open like a meat and blood-filled balloon that you dropped from a 3-story building, and you can see that there's just a pool of more red stuff outside of this man and probably inside of him right now. Also, his legs are sticking out of him in a funny angle.
My character Onyx will check for any identification or any like badges or symbols of any affiliation that they were with, or if they were just like regular bandits that were like just that group, but they didn't like report to anyone.
Can you roll me an investigation check, please?
Sure.
The D6 was determined what random elixir I got today.
Alright. You search through the remains of this guy, but it quickly becomes pretty obvious to you that those were ordinary bandits that are not affiliated with any bigger organization.
Okay.
Yeah, just your average Joe of the mill people probably that not earning enough money turn to crime as a quicker way to earn money, and this unfortunate fella was unlucky enough to meet you guys. And while you do your investigation and search for if there is any sign of information, identification about this man, tongue, heart, speaking word won't come out. You find 70 gold pieces on him.
70?
17.
Okay.
Why do you guys want 70 gold pieces from a random archer?
I don't know.
Because he's a bandit. He's taking it from someone else.
Look, I have 0 gold pieces, so that's more than I had.
0 gold pieces. Did you just blow it all on hookers?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where my inventory is. Oh, it's in a different tab. Okay.
Sorry guys, left my pocket.
Oh, okay. No, I had 110 gold, so now I have 127.
So much pain.
You are killing Saki with psychic damage right now.
Every time I get like fucking 3 points of psychic damage, it inflicts all my HP.
Don't worry, we'll KO the DM soon enough.
It will just kill basically the god of this world, ending reality once and for all.
Yeah. I close his eyes because I'm sure he died with them open. And
close the pulp that's left of his eyes over this like red splotchy mess.
and I like find some like branches to cover his body. And then go back to the group.
You guys see Onyx making his way back from the dead body.
Make my way downtown.
Fragment casts prestidigitation on the hand he used to close the not eyes anymore. Just saying, you really shouldn't have that on you when we get to Anam.
I appreciate it.
You see how Onyx's hand magically clears off the blood. It looks like the water that's constantly coming off his skin washes this away, but you guys know better. That was certainly one interesting display of your guys' abilities. That's what you can hear Rachel say.
I apologize. I used something probably a bit more too potent.
Do it again.
It costs me 1 gold each time I fire this, so try not to waste too many bullets.
Also, I have to ask, where did you even get that?
It's assigned by my job to help fight off sharks and other sea creatures. It works very effectively.
I feel it'd be more effective on land due to the lack of diffusion in the water.
Yeah, that's probably the first time I use it outside of the water.
Granted, it's still more effective underwater than a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Or a crossbow, or a bow, or a sword.
Yeah, it has high propulsion. Anyway, enough about me.
Excuse me, can you stop looking at cute girls while we're playing D&D?
Excuse me, I got to vote on the Crisis profile outfit poll. I have my sheet right here.
Karenum, get off of Cooters.
I'm not on Cooters, I'm on subscribestar.adult.
That sounds even worse.
What?
I hope not.
I'm not even. Fragment looks to Rachel, and then the bandit just says, after this second attack, although, like the others,
Bless you.
think
Bless you, Wonder.
Is it wise to give the shard to the paladins, given the corruption you talked about in the order? How would they even access your... How would they even know to target you if it doesn't go all the way to the top. You said yourself only the Grand Master should know your identity.
Exactly. Only he should know that I am the one person outside the Order who's protecting the shard. The thing is, because of all these political unrest, he deemed it more wise to uncover the artifact once more after nearly 2,000 years of it being buried, and giving it to someone to present that the Order is still strong and willing to fight for what's right and justice.
Assuming... Well, if the Grand Master is compromised, and that's the only real candidate we have who would have sent the hunters, given they're the only one who knows who you are, then how would we know the candidate would not abuse the power of the artifact? These are some of the most powerful items in existence. That's what worries me about turning in the shard.
It worries me too, but what else can I do? The most likely candidate to be selected for this artifact is going to be determined by a group vote of all the people who hold the splinters. So, unless someone managed to undermine or buy out all the votes of everyone who holds a splinter, which is not an easy thing to do, since most of these people, I believe at least, and I trust a good few of them, not to be corrupt.
It doesn't have to be unanimous.
Ideally it would be, but since there's always people that are just power hungry, it most likely won't be. However, I was set something in... There was a rule precautiously to avoid people to vote for themselves. So what is gonna happen is that everyone who holds a splinter will come together in one vote, which is a cabinet meeting that is gonna happen over one entire day, discussing all possible candidates and then casting our votes.
Okay.
Who do you think will be worthy of equipping it?
Well, there are a few people who I would deem worthy. One of them being one of the paladins that you met yesterday, funny enough. Remember the dwarf?
Oh,
What was his name?
really, I have only a vague recollection of him, but yes, I do remember.
Funny that you say him. Most likely she gets mistaken for a she because she shaves off your beard quite often. No,
Honestly,
but
it was most likely because my vision was all blurry due to the glitches.
yeah. No, but I think Gunhild, what that's her name, I think she would be a good call. Since she's been in order for a long time and done a lot of good stuff for a lot of people around. And I can also see it being passed over to the commander of the Splinter Division, how we're called. Her name is Joy. She's very stoic and coming of cold, but I truly believe that she is good at heart.
Okay.
Can see Bragi getting it, mainly because he's too much into the whole combat and punishment aspect of being a paladin.
Definitely
Okay.
not. We should probably keep moving. This place is too easy to get ambushed in, as we just saw.
It's not like it was a problem or anything.
If we get ambushed by someone of greater skill, then it might be.
still wise to leave this place. There do not need to be more bloodshed than necessary.
I
Agreed.
agree. We are pretty close to Anam now.
Alright then. You make your way out of this little cliff area that you're in. And I would like another d12 to be rolled, please.
I just did it, not me.
Go ahead, Caternum.
Alrighty then. I heard someone just make a gasp, like,
Oh,
ooh, that one, let's go.
that's usually good. Or
You make your way down the roads, over some hills, and walk for a while as you pass villages, people traveling. Nothing really happens, but you can feel that you're getting closer to the main city where the main celebration is gonna take place. And as you make your way farther and farther down the road towards your goal, towards your destination, you come across a little merchant that has set up shop at the side of the road, and you can see her just sitting there, spinning yarn into a string and working on a little wheel. She displays a bunch of colorful fabrics, woven blankets, a basket filled with what you assume are tunics,
Oh, I'm all ears.
and a little, just a little chest right next to her feet that she has locked tightly.
I'll approach, tilt my glasses down below my eyes, and be like, "Hello, what are you selling over here?"
She looks up at you, not stopping and spinning her yarn and strings, and tells you very shortly, "Woven goods, and for the more interested ones," and then taps her foot against her chest. "Something useful."
No. We might be interested. What's in the chest? It's not like
"Depends on who's asking," she says, taps her foot again, and then leans down to open it to reveal just a few copper coins inside there, like 1 silver coin, 2 gold coins. Closes again, taps her foot against it once more, and then opens it to a few vials filled with some liquid.
oh
before she
my
closes
god,
once
it's a
more.
loot box.
Would I know what they are as an alchemist?
I'd say yes. You recognize some of those liquids from the color.
Okay.
You could spot some potions of healing, though you're not able to determine if they're potions of just healing or greater healing or something else.
I look at the woman and just say, "So you can craft potions. That's pretty useful."
How does this
She keeps-
work? Is it some kind of extra planar storage, or do these items appear magically based on what we want, or do you have specific things already stored in there?
She gives you a very... well, you would say it's a knowing smile, but there's something deeply unsettling about the way she smiles at you. It's not per se threatening for you asking. She seems genuinely happy that you ask, but there's something deeply unsettling about the way she just smiles at you ever so gently before she replies. "I have something for everyone, and I have my own secrets to keep."
Mm-hmm.
Is this how a gambling addiction starts?
No, this is not how gambling addiction starts.
Your gambling addiction starts when you start playing D&D, because that's when you become addicted to dice.
Fine.
So,
There.
what would be the price to get something from this chest?
She looks you up and down for a moment, assessing how much you're most likely gonna pay for this.
Do you already know what I want?
I whisper into Kiwi's ear and say, "Don't buy the healing potions. I can craft those myself for you."
I don't want healing potions.
Depends on what you want from me.
And she taps the box again with her foot, opens it back up to the vials, and shows you some of them. They're not labeled.
Can I roll Arcana to look at the more advanced ones?
Yes, you can. Roll me an Arcana check, please.
Okay. No, Dice Playground. $15.
Nice. Yeah, you can see that some of those potions are very common ones. Like, you can spot one that looks like a potion of climbing. You can see the potions of healing. You can see a potion of growth, funny enough, as well. And you're pretty sure that there are some potions that are very hard to come by as well.
I raise a fake eyebrow and just look at some of those,
A fake?
the more rare ones, and just say, "Interesting mix. Some of those are quite rare."
She also sends you this knowing, unsettling smile.
I'm aware of this. But they're hard to come by for the common folk.
And she just keeps spinning.
Yeah, the more potent the potion, the harder ingredients are to acquire. Just simple.
You interested?
I would not likely have the gold to pay you right now, I'm sorry. I would be interested in one of the dresses, however, I would like a spare.
She nods and gestures over with her head to one of the baskets where you can see a bunch of fabric.
Go ahead, take a look.
I start looking for something that would be like nothing too fancy, just comfortable for travel.
You find a few comfortable robes, some of them in cream color tones, and you find one that is bright red colored. The other ones are in earthy cream tones. They look quite nice, nothing too fancy, nothing too shabby either. They're just made for comfort. And they
I'll
feel
ask
very
about the
nice.
red one.
Can you repeat that?
Oh, I said I'll ask about the red one.
She looks at you, looks at the dress that you picked out.
5 gold.
That's a fair price. And I hand over the gold and grab the dress.
She takes the gold, leans down into her chest, taps it again, opens it to the coin display, plops the coins in and closes it once more.
Anything else I can assist you with?
I think that's it for today. At least for me. If my teammates want anything, they might, and I think they might.
Does she have any, like, woolen hats or any other kind of hats?
She
She does not appear to have some of those. She seems to exclusively sell blankets and clothing.
Hmm.
No hats though.
Okay.
She has some cloaks, however.
Cloaks? Not really my
Cloaks.
style. So you say you can have something for everyone, huh?
Indeed I do.
Can you sense what I really want?
She giggles at that, under her breath, looking at you.
Now. How would I know that? I'm no goddess.
Then she keeps spinning, looking directly into your eyes.
I just have something for every occasion one might need assistance with.
Do you have any magical communication methods?
Unless it's a potion, I'm afraid not.
Okay. Like I DM'd you exactly what I mean, but
Fragment calls out to Onyx and just says, I can create a pair of sending stones later, just not right now.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
I would need to, it would take a while for me to prep them, but beyond that, I can craft you some temporarily if you need to communicate.
And I'm sorry, I forgot to ask your name.
My name?
Mm-hmm.
Does it really matter? I'm a roadside merchant who sells fabrics.
Well, it's always nice to see a friendly face if we meet again. I am Detective Onyx, and I go to shake her hand.
She does not accept your hand, she keeps on spinning.
Every time you say spinning, I just imagine her just spinning in circles. Not even spinning yarn.
No, she's not doing a fucking fidget spinner!
1 point of psychic damage.
No one said fidget spinner.
You didn't say, but Cat was making a gesture.
Oh.
She looks at you again.
If you need a name, just call me the Weaving Woman.
The Weaving Woman.
She keeps on spinning and weaving a blanket.
No. If you made some, like, little caps out of wool, I'm sure those would be popular too.
Maybe next time I have something then. After all, who is to says that the strings of our lives will not cross again?
Well, I look forward to it. This has been quite an experience.
I'm just sitting here vibing. Like,
Of course you're vibing, you're not interested in blankets.
well, of course not.
Also not interested in buying some of her mysterious liquids. Are you gonna be the responsible one who says no to drugs that's
Okay,
strange
you
way
know
to
you want to
get-
gamble in the loot box.
As much as I do, though, I
Do
think
it.
I'm just sitting there vibing, currently just wiping the blood off of my axe.
Do it.
My mom always told me peer pressure would be hard.
I don't trust them.
If you don't do it, I will.
You just whisper.
I'll do
I
it.
want to see you do it. I want to see the
Alright.
odds on this and see how bad they are.
Alright, I'll go for a random vial.
You want a random vial?
Yeah.
Alright then. You make your way over there again and tell
Well, I didn't walk away. I thought we were still right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You get her attention once more and tell her that you would like one of her vials. And she nods at you, tapping her foot against the side of the box once more and opening up the vial display. And she seems to look at it for quite a while, considering very carefully what she's gonna choose, hovering her fingers just above the lid of each and every single one of those for just a quite while. She seems to be very carefully interested in what she's gonna give you. And she picks up a vial that has a deep blue color and hands it over to you, outstretching her other hand for coin.
How much is this?
Taji has wares if you have.
She's not a Khajiit.
Why not? You're playing with yarns.
Like, is she just asking me to offer what I think it's worth, or is she gonna tell me the price?
She's not telling you anything, she just outholds her hand, waiting for you to place something in there. You don't know if she wants coin, if she wants a lock of your hair, or just anything.
Gotcha, she wants a high five. Actually, no, she wants that handshake.
What? What payment would you like for this? I say questionably.
Whatever you think it's worth.
Um.
And she says this with this very unsettling smile once more, just staring right into you.
Whispers to Leanne. Alright, she's definitely creepy.
Jeez, I'm on the spot here.
Just give her the blood money we got from the bandit.
I'll reach into my bag and just grab a handful of coins and put them into hers. Like, just
She closes her hand around the coins, handing you over the vial filled with the liquid once and for all, and then she taps her foot against the side of the box once more, opening it back up, putting the money in. And you can see all of the coins clumping in right next to the few bronze pieces, the one silver piece, and the one gold piece.
Mhm.
As she closes the box once more. I hope this finds you well in your time of need then. That's all she said.
I hope it will too.
Then she goes back to weaving.
Why do I have a feeling that's like, yes, your time of need, when you need to make sure you don't get tortured. This is cyanide. Like, why do I imagine that that's what just happened here?
It's blue.
I put down vial of dark blue liquid in my inventory.
I mean... Alright.
Is that... I mean, if you want me to put down something else.
No. I mean, hey, if you want to try and figure out what that liquid is.
I'll
Literally
figure,
just
I'll
ask the
figure it out at
alchemist.
some point. I'll do it when we walk away.
Blue Kool-Aid.
Imagine she just sold you blue Kool-Aid for literally like 17 gold pieces. And there's some expensive Kool-Aid there.
Yep.
No, but if anyone else wants to interact with her, she is not gonna initiate any type of conversation at this point, you think?
By the way, Alex, are you still there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I likely cannot afford anything that she sells right now because I don't have much money on me at the moment.
She will literally take anything for payment.
I don't have that much.
I
No.
will accept anything for payment.
No,
I don't
thank-
have that.
No.
Also, I'm just getting like weird vibes currently. Like let's just say I'm also like highly intimidated by her at the moment, and me does not like this energy at the moment. So I'm like keeping out of it right now and kind of hiding behind Wanderer a bit.
Mm.
Well then, would you guys like to move on away from the creepy merchant on the road?
Yep.
Okay. You start to walk away from her. She does not pay you a single look. She just continues to weave and creates the blanket that slowly but surely grows more and more with each line of yarn and string that she attaches to it. And as you walk away, you get this feeling of just this weird atmosphere falling off of your back. The only thing that reminds you that she is still there and that you just had this encounter is this lingering feeling of her very unpleasant, friendly, gentle smile and the look that she gave each and every one of you, these slightly tired, dreaming eyes, as if she's not really there right now.
Could she have been possessed?
Maybe we were.
Who knows? Who knows?
I turn, once we're far away, I'll turn to Fragment and say, can you identify what this is?
May I hold it, get a closer look?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm assuming another Arcana check.
Yes, please.
$23, oh damn.
You look at the color, and you look at the consistency, you slosh it a little bit around to see how good it flows, if it sticks anywhere. And something that becomes very clear to you the moment you start slightly shaking it is that this liquid just starts to rotate really fast inside the vessel, and it doesn't seem to settle for a good while after you stop shaking it for a bit. And just keeps going, and going, and going, before the little waves collapse in on themselves, and even then it still vibrates a little bit inside. And you're pretty sure and very confused at the conclusion that you arrived at, which is that this seems to be a potion of speed. That this woman just sold you for 17 gold pieces, which is not nearly enough to produce this even.
I can produce something with a similar effect, but it's nowhere near as potent as this. How much did you pay for this?
17 gold.
What in the... Why would... Alright, now she feels even more off. This thing is worth hundreds of gold pieces, at least.
They want to know how much it's worth.
I just put it back in my bag.
Let me put it
Let me put it this way, if student loans existed in this world, this would be enough to pay off a significant amount of student loans.
Oh no.
This thing costs like 5,000 gold or something.
Yeah. What?
Bard College exists, right?
Oh my god. Did you hear what King just said?
No.
Bard colleges exist, am I right?
You know, but this potion is worth between 5,000 and 50,000 pieces of gold.
It's a very rare item, isn't it? Oh.
Yes.
Hey.
Probably on the lower end, potions are minor magic items.
And yeah, she just sold you that for 17 gold pieces.
I'll save it
Alright,
for a
well-
rainy day.
That information to Onyx then.
Well,
I am both confused and concerned.
we'll just make sure we don't waste it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not. Yeah.
Alright then. You store the vial away once more, and you continue walking, still thinking about this encounter, when I get one more d12 roll from you guys.
Oh god.
Should I do it this time?
Sure.
Relax, guys, not everyone at once. I can't read the dice chat so fast with all the rolls that are not coming in.
1d12, right?
Yes.
8.
Yeah. And as you make your way farther down the road once more, you hear the sound of celebration in the distance. And as you walk towards the sounds, which is where the road leads you, you can see town walls appear of a mighty city. And as you stand atop of the hill, just outside of the city, looking down at it, you realize that you finally arrived at your destination. You arrived at the capital city of the Alliance of Akimera, and you're looking currently down at the pre-celebrating city of Anam. Overtowered by the massive headquarters of the Paladin's Order, which is throning in the middle of the city atop the hill, overlooking everything.
I just comment. I never understood why people start partying early. It makes the actual celebration less special.
Rachel peeps up real quick. Well, people mostly like to get drunk. They take any reason at all.
Seems inefficient. Alright.
She chuckles at this. Then, we finally made it here.
Yep.
Finally.
Although, it wouldn't surprise me if we would still run into trouble within the city. This is what actually worried me most.
Don't
Until we
worry.
get to the gates of the Paladin headquarters, remain on guard.
She nods and picks up Vixen and squishes her real once to her chest. Alright then. I guess from now on it's me leading you.
Yep.
Don't worry, we'll stay close by.
She nods as she, for the first time since she hired you guys, takes the lead of the group and makes her way down towards the gates of the city. Passes through the old stone walls that have seen many fights, many centuries go by so far. Makes her way past the gilded banner of the Alliance and past the gilded banner of the Paladin's Order, which you can see is a sword
that seems to be set aflame, surrounded, but what seems like a dragon figure of some kind. And as Rachel leads you down the winding streets of Anam, past people celebrating, putting up banners, past lots of market stalls, taverns, inns, shops, and through narrow streets, farther and farther up the city, up towards the headquarters of Paladin Order. You feel yourself slightly relaxing, because even though you're still supposed to be on high guard, and this is where most likely something is gonna happen, you can't help but feel a little bit relaxed because you see these people just celebrating and getting ready for the big event of literally once in a lifetime seeing someone get granted an artifact created by the gods themselves. And so you make your way towards another set of gates, this time at the top of the city, at the headquarters of the Paladin's Order. Where you see a man that stands in front of you, wearing a dark armor that barely reflects the sunlight on this nice sunny day. And his bearing and stand demand the respect of people around him as he scans the people passing by with his eyes. And he seems to be drilling into them, some of them even ducking out of his sight just to escape his eyes. And to his right you see a white dragonborn that stands just as tall, if not taller. His mouth, snout, head lifted upwards into a smirk as he glances down at the people around him, seemingly really enjoying this and sparing them barely more than a fleeting look before he's turning its head to another side, his scales glittering in the sun like the frozen spice of ice in the snow-covered tundras of Sismea. And you can see that one of them seems to have at least glossed over your group, not paying it any more attention as they stand guard.
These guys are at the entrance of the Paladin building?
Yeah, they're standing in front of the gate of the headquarters.
I'll just wave to them as we approach.
You can see the human man in the armor visibly wrinkling his nose and seem very displeasured at you approaching, while the Dragonborn seems to be much more amused at your attempt to get closer to them.
That does not sound good at all. I have a bad feeling.
And the human speaks up, "What do you want?"
Delivering something requested by the Grand Master for the ceremony.
The Dragonborn snorts at that. The Grand Master has not ordered anything for the ceremony, especially not from some lowborn folk like you. Get lost. We have more important things to deal with.
You mean like finding
what?
the shard?
He leans over, down towards the eye level fragment. If I wanted to, I could squish you like the little tin can you are. And now get lost.
And I just look at him and say, I was there when the key to seal the artifact was broken. We're bringing you one of the fragments to open it. Now, unless you want to explain to your boss why you lost one of the key fragments, I suggest you hear us out.
At this point that the human guy right next to this dude peeks up and looks at Fragment, then looks at the group, spots Rachel, and he becomes infuriated as he storms towards her.
I'm gonna step in front of her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him get too close.
Yeah.
he does not seem to be intimidated by both of you standing in front of her. As he tries to shove past you to get to Rachel.
I will, like, I'm standing right in front of Rachel. I'm just gonna hold my hand up to stop him from getting, like, if he looks like angry at her, I'm not letting him get close.
No, he's pissed. He seems to be very pissed and furious at her. Can you give me strength check, please, real quick?
Oh
Both
no.
of us are only Arashi.
Which, like, if you're both holding him back, both of you, if it's only Arashi needs to give me one.
Look,
I'm gonna
you
do
should
that
also
too.
help because
Yeah, help actually
Yeah,
might be better here.
0.
You know, you try to shove him back. He is not intimidated in the slightest. He is not impressed at the slightest at this pathetic display of strength.
Alright. My turn.
I'm gonna pull my like very carefully take one of my daggers into his hand, into my hand, just in case.
I know. The man just shoves past both of you towards Rachel and starts screaming at her like high heavens. How dare you! Tell him about this!
Actually, okay. Actually, you said we should get lost, so I guess we'll be on our way then.
You can see a vein pop in his head as he looks at you. You don't speak to me like this.
I
We'll
start
just
walking.
take
Oh,
your
I will-
advice.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Let's walk.
Let's not get in the middle of this fight any more than we already have.
Yep, seems like they don't need the shard as much as we thought they did.
I just adjust the strap of my bag on my shoulder while looking at Rachel and just walk off. My medicine bag.
You turn around, guys, and it's at this point that you hear a pained yelp from Rachel.
What did he do? Did he grab her? Did he hit her?
He's grabbing her wrist really painfully, and considering that he's a lot taller than her, he's basically currently keeping her on her toes, having her arm raised above her head while Vixen is yapping and angrily biting uselessly at his armor as she's trying to crack that quarter.
I whisper to
If you want to keep your job, you'll unhand her right now.
I whisper to Nian. We split up, meet up outside the gates. Get him out of the guard's arms. We leave.
You can see that the White Dragonborn seems to be not on par with what his partner is doing, but he doesn't particularly do anything to stop it either.
Did he hear what I said?
King Steph, this guy.
I'm going to unsheath my axe and walk behind the men.
You can hear the White Dragonborn said, Harkid, if you don't want this to end in bloodshed, mainly with the blood of other people, I would suggest you let... And he scoffs at Rachel. That go real quick. Seems to me our lapdogs are kind of, protective. And you see that the man Harkid turns to his companion, then turns around, sees you unsheath the axe. And he seems to calculate for a moment before he very obviously and just very clearly for you to see once unleashes his head and Rachel plops to her feet, loses her balance, and then falls onto her back.
I'll help her up.
Yeah, same. I'm
Thing.
gonna, like, yeah.
Walk over to Rachel, also help her up. Take the decoy bag, toss it through the gate, and just say, "Take your Dawn Shard."
You can see that the White Dragonborn scrambles to get it real fast while Harked, the human, just bores through Rachel with this hate-filled view.
I'm gonna step in front of her again. I'm gonna step in front, like between
Like
Rachel
over the wall, like
Oh.
or through the gate.
As you yeeted through the gate. Okay. It's not still not stopping Harkett from staring at Rachel. They're
No.
gaps in the gate.
I don't care.
But that's gonna stop them from opening it immediately and realizing there's just a crossbow bolt in there.
You just hear very calmly and very hatefully said by Harkett. I'll tell the Grandmaster about this and the others. Let's see if you keep your position as Splinter Keeper, then failure. As he turns around and leaves with his friend in the back.
And I say to him, then tell the Grandmaster her position was leaked, her identity, she's been hunted. I suppose he won't have anything to say about that, how her name got leaked to bandits.
He doesn't pay any attention at that. He doesn't seem shaken by this information in the slightest.
I'm so
He
close
just
to fucking
walking.
beating this guy up.
Did you see how they take the bag? How he takes the bag out of his colleague's arms into his, walks around the corner, and they're out of your field of view now.
How about we get the fuck out of here before they realize that there's nothing about that?
You don't have long
Yeah,
before
I
they
like
realize
that idea a lot.
You don't have long before they realize it's a crossbow bolt in there. We need to go now.
Let's make a run for it then.
No, just
No,
as
we lose them in the crowds. That's better.
We probably also shouldn't stay in the city for that long.
Nope.
But I need to be there for the vote.
You will be there.
But right now, something is wrong.
Let's let them
I think you
calm
can see
down
that.
a bit.
And it's entirely possible everything's screwed up. We need to make sure it's safe to give them the shard before we give them the shard.
It's probably a good idea, even though I doubt that Harkett and Ardram would do anything. Not right now.
Better safe than sorry with something that powerful.
You can say that again.
Let's go.
Yeah. Should we maybe search for a tavern or something to rest up for a while?
As much as I hate to say it, we should probably go to some seedier part of town. Less likely run anyone speaking up about something weird there.
Alright.
Alright, I can lead you there.
Alright.
Great.
You make your way away from the headquarters, through the crowds as fast as possible, and you see that Rachel is visibly shaken and anxious about what just happened as she leads you very frantically through the most crowded place that she can find and a lot of narrow back alleys until you realize that you go from the well-up kind part of town where the higher-ups lives most likely to the normal part of town where the common folk lives, alongside the merchants, through the even more normal part of town where farmers live and people that just travel a lot, into the very shady and seedy area of the town that only consists of back alleys with people doing stuff in the shadows.
I'm just gonna mutter, if anyone tries to scrap me over this, I'm going to be angry.
You arrive at a back door that doesn't look like different from like any of the other back doors you've seen in these back alleys so far. It's the same kind of dirty, old, used up door that seems to have been replaced too many times to even count. Rachel just simply opens it, and inside you see what you think is an excuse for a tavern. It's mostly just the kind of people sitting at barrels that have been overturned to serve as tables and crates.
drinking out of 2 dirty cups. The smell of very badly brewed alcohol and sex in the air.
Ugh.
And they look at you real briefly before they go back to their dealings, playing cards with knives, whatever they're doing.
Wow. Yeah, this is definitely a place to lay low. I don't think
I just
I'll try
lean
any of the
against-
food here, though.
A nearby wall and just basically start taking a short rest.
You do that.
Are there any, like, free tables?
Really gain anything from that anyway.
Essentially.
You gain the benefits of a short rest. If you take
Which- Yeah, but I'm at full HP. I haven't used any abilities that recharge on a short rest.
Then
So, yeah.
you didn't need to take one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
it's aesthetics. And it's just aesthetics.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. And you are there for maybe half an hour to 45 minutes. You see some people come, some people go. When someone opens the door, comes back in, sits down, and you hear a lot of whispering going on this table. Nothing too unusual. You've seen this quite a few times. Some people came over and tried to offer you some very shady deals, but they quickly left when they realized you guys have no interest or idea about anything what's going on.
I'll check in on Rachel and be like, how are you doing? Are you still hurt? How's your wrist?
My wrist is fine. It's nothing too unusual for him to do. I was expecting something like that, to be honest.
Pull out a small vial filled with the red liquid, and I said, brewed this morning, it'll heal you up.
He takes it gracefully. Thank you. Can you guys give me a perception check?
Oh, yeah,
That's-
sure. Oh,
Sure.
7.
18.
17.
24.
Holy.
Oh,
Not
fucking
even
high this session.
surprised.
Holy crap.
So, yeah, as you all have your little conversation going on, Rachel's talking with each and every one of you. You're kind of distracted, so not everyone hears this, but Fragment, you're able to concentrate on more than one thing at a time, and Rashi used to listening in on people while pretending to talk with someone else for your job, so you clearly overhear the whisper at a table over that says, or you just hear one bandit or whatever he may is. You're pretty sure he's a bandit, just say. So Splitter got stolen, apparently. Arda's furious about that. What do you think it could be? Who was insane enough to try and steal a Splinter? That thing's worth lots of money.
I'll relay that to the group that the word that the splinter is missing has gone around.
I assume, you know, hours? I guess. That's all that Rachel asks. Seeing if the other's losing theirs.
Seems unlikely.
Say quietly.
Unless whatever happened to you is happening to someone else, but I thought they had most of the other ones already.
Most of the other ones should already be here. I think one was the last.
Are there
Because
any others who could have been targeted?
They're all part of the Paladin Order, aren't they?
they're all part. I'm the only one who's not an official part.
That seems inefficient.
And I recall you said that they gave you one because you weren't part of it, so that in case something happens, that they can't assemble it, unnecessarily.
It was a security measurement put in place long before I was born. It's been not particularly passed down through my family, because God forbid my family is really mixed up with other races.
Mm-hmm.
But it was given outside of the Paladin Order when they broke up the prisma to open the tomb. Then they gave 8 of the pieces to people inside the order, and the 9th piece was given to someone outside of the order.
Hmm. Who is the Grandmaster currently?
The current Grandmaster, if I'm not mistaken, and he's still alive. Current Grandmaster, what's his name again? It's been a while since I talked about him, but the current Grandmaster should technically be a man by the name of Dakdar.
How long ago was the prison broken up?
2,000 years.
Okay, 2000.
Around 2,000, it's not exactly 2,000, but that's the closest estimate.
Okay. Do we know anything about the threat that they want to reassemble it for?
Rachel looks around very, very carefully. Seeing
Right,
if
I assume we're
anyone-
whispering.
Yeah, she's still looking around. If someone is trying to listen in on your conversation, you can never be too sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there have been informations going on, mainly about the neighboring kingdom of the neighboring empire of there, that something seems to be brewing under the surface of the imperial family's reign, and that they have to fight with some very aggressive rebellions, with the talk going on that they are trying to steal the holy relic that's currently in the possession of the imperial family there, which would be very detrimental. So to protect it, the order wants to elect someone who's also granted a holy artifact to make it more safe.
So they want to reassemble this holy artifact to help protect the other artifact from being stolen. Is that right?
They want to reassemble the key to open the tomb to get the artifact. But basically,
That would simply mean if the person wielding this artifact is sent to Thayer, it also leaves them vulnerable to that artifact being stolen.
it's not the perfect solution, but the best they have.
What if that's what they want?
Either or just consider this. Why is there a rebellion in the first place? There's always a reason someone goes to war with their own country. It may not be a good reason, but there's always a reason.
Of course, there's always a reason. But then again, sometimes the reasons we go to war for are stupid. I mean, the civil wars in Sismare are just bloody and destructive.
I guess no reason for war is good enough, but sometimes people have no option, I suppose.
It's the only thing that we could think of to do. And to counter the claims of the corruption in the Paladin Order, they decided that due to the multitude of factors that speak for giving the artifact away, to open up the tomb once more, put someone through the trials, and then give the artifact to that person, send them off their merry way to deal with the rebellion over in there, and then probably send them up to Sismeo and deal with the civil unrest there.
Yeah, my only concern is the corruption with the Paladins. What if they don't choose someone who will go do that? What if they want to take the artifact for themselves?
we've already in the Paladins. Could it be possible that's why there's a rebellion in the first place? Rebellion against corruption in the Empire?
Well, I thought the rebellion was in a different kingdom.
It is.
Are these
in
paladins present in multiple kingdoms or just here?
If there's a diplomatic alliance, from what I've heard.
Yeah, the paladins basically are stationed here, but they operate all over the realms to contribute to peace.
And where's the location of the other, or of the rebellion?
There is one currently going on in there. The common folk doesn't know about this. Only people in the order involved in this or some shady back alley people know about that fact that there's currently a rebellion against the imperial family in there going on. It's a neighboring realm.
Right, to the east.
Yes.
I don't understand how they possibly kept something that big so quiet.
I have no idea either. But there was always very interested in its military, so most people don't know how to fight, and well, if someone gets just enough people to follow them, for whatever reason, even the common folk there can create quite the damage.
I don't think I'm explaining clearly. If there is an active rebellion, there would be fighting, destruction in there. Thus, there would be physical evidence. Even if some traveling merchants see it, they would be aware, and thus that would spread. How would you keep an entire rebellion quiet in a neighboring country? That shouldn't even be possible.
That's there for you to keep everything under lock and seal. Have been for over 1,000 years at this point. They're very good at making proof and traces of political unrest vanish. Whether that be actual evidence of destruction or people.
Oh, I'm aware. I've tried to get information on wealth. Just this is something above and beyond. Keeping active rebellion quiet as it's happening is impressive, but also scary.
What also could be possibility is that one of the leaders of the rebellion might keep it as quiet and under blankets as possible because they fear the involvement of the order.
That's also true.
So maybe, just maybe, that is just my guess on this, is that whoever is leading that rebellion in there, which is the reason, one of the reasons the artifact is going to get redistributed to a paladin, is that they want to see and want to wait until a paladin is chosen, and depending on who it is, they will most likely change their rebellion tactics accordingly. Because I can't shake this feeling that depending on who gets the artifact, they might want to help. They might want help from that paladin, from that keeper of the artifact, to further the rebellion or something.
Open combat with someone wielding an artifact it would be impossible. The only way to stop them if the paladin chose to fight them would be the subterfuge, sabotage, assassination.
Or another artifact. It is not impossible to beat someone who wields an artifact. After all, it is true that this is something given to us by the gods themselves and very powerful. But we're just mortal.
Yes. I'm just saying strategically, open combat would be not a good option.
Exactly.
Especially especially if the rebellion is familiar with guerrilla warfare.
Oh, they most likely are. It is all very complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and depending on how the ceremony goes, and depending on who gets the artifact, I might have to travel somewhere else and visit an old friend of mine.
Makes me curious is that some people heard about the splinter being stolen 20 minutes later. Did the paladins put down order? That seems strange. Just
So strange.
and nobody knows. Granted, we do make a bit of a scene.
We should probably try to rest and stay low until I actually need to meet up with everyone else and give them my splinter for the tomb.
I'll keep watch.
I would suggest though that we leave to a not as shady area now that
I agree.
Yes, please.
as much as I see the benefits of staying here because it's so shady, I also see the risk of staying here because
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I
want
really
my
wanna
stuff
leave
stolen
this
and a
area.
dagger in my throat.
We've
Yeah.
could have lost the trail, so it should be safe to be someplace a little better.
Hmm.
Right then. Do you want me to lead you to one of my favorite inns?
Please do.
Not one of your favorites.
If
Nice,
they
you
know you frequent there, they'll probably search for you there.
True.
Alright then, she says, and leads you back to the door. And makes her way through the back alleys once more, back into the better part of town, over the marketplace, and back into the high-end area of the city. You can see a few people looking around and questioning. You know, paladins in armor.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes a beeline for one of the better looking inns.
Alright.
Well, never been here. I don't like this place that much, but everyone knows that I'm more of a simple person, so this should technically be the last place to look for me.
Okay.
As she goes over to the innkeeper, who appears to be a halfling as well, and asks for rooms for all of you.
Okay.
And she comes back with a key for each and every single one of you, hands them out. Well then, we have rooms, place to stay, all next to each other.
Thank you.
That's great.
Richard, I think it'd be best if I stay with you because I can remain aware of my surroundings while resting.
Alright.
Keep a lookout.
Ooh, entry mode.
Well, then I'm gonna take Fragment with me, and I don't know about you guys, but I need a bath.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can keep. Hold on. I can keep Vixen in my room while you're doing that.
Rachel looks offended at that offer. Vixen, however, looks very happy at that.
As long as Vixen doesn't get in the way while I'm trying to do some maintenance, I don't mind keeping an eye on her.
Alright then, do you guys want to have downtime for the next 2 days while you lay low?
Sure.
Why not?
I don't think I can exactly blend into the current surroundings.
Yeah, we're not the most.
Well, Fragment is just gonna be Well, Fragment can change her appearance for a few minutes, for a little bit with a potion. So
Yeah.
she's gonna go out, quickly get some potion ingredient to start brewing.
I mean, I only have my cloak to hide under, basically, so that only works so well, so we should probably really stay low for some.
Alright then, I'm gonna call a break here real quick because I need to go to the bathroom. Stop zooming in on Google Maps on random people's places, cat. It's not nice. Stop spying.
Food, actually. What
10
time is
minute
it?
break.
Oh shit, we've already been going for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel like 2 hours at all.
It did not.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
How much
And
longer
I'm
can you stay
actually
up,
still
Alex?
really enjoying this.
Oh yeah.
I'm playing for another hour.
Yeah, at least one more, maybe two.
As much as I would like to keep playing for an hour, I am really fucking hungry. All I have.
Well,
for
that's why
breakfast
we're
is an
taking
orange.
a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
that's
just saying, like, my friend is visiting for the week, and I've already played for 2 hours. He was listening in, but, you know. And I didn't eat breakfast. More than orange.
Oh, my friend hasn't eaten breakfast. He's been here for a month. No breakfast.
Never
Now
eat
we're just-
breakfast.
I didn't used to, but I tend to do that because if I don't, my issues get really bad. Like noise stuff. But anyway, do you mind if we call it here for today? It's a really good stopping point and all that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just...
Nah, it's okay. I understand.
What was the question?
What?
What was the question?
I didn't ask one.
And who asked the question?
Wait, did you hear what I said a minute ago?
No.
No, it's talking about the bathroom.
Oh! I asked if we could call it for today because I was, well, as you know, King is visiting and like, he's listening in and all that, but I don't want to leave him, I don't want to leave him hanging for too long.
Yeah, no problem. We can call it for today. Have a nice break, and then continue after the downtime.
Yep. Honestly, we could probably just message you what our characters want to do, and then, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
You know, we're actually no longer gonna have a month between sessions, so that should be nice.
Yeah.
Yay!
Sure. We can play again next week.
Go. Yes. Or 3 weeks from now, we're still coming down from a month break.
It's gonna be very interesting. I'm kind of sad that there wasn't more combat for you. I'm sorry.
I mean, I completely screwed up my sheet anyway. And I need to fix that.
Ah, yes.
And I have like literally no idea how the fuck I'm supposed to do that.
I am ready to fight our first boss at level 3, no matter what. We're never gonna level up from this fucking campaign, are we?
Oh no, you're gonna level up. Trust me. If you do right, you're gonna level up the next session.
Yeah, if we do things right. You think we're gonna do things right?
Wait, how much
We know.
XP did we get?
You
I-
did a milestone.
Yeah, we're doing milestone.
I didn't understand
Because I
that
think
at
for
all
London
because
campaign-
Cat was coughing all over you all.
We don't have to worry about XP. Saki will tell us when we
I
level
want to
up.
do milestones because I think it makes more sense for such a long campaign
Mhm.
to work with milestones rather than XP.
Alright guys, so next week we'll be back to Saturday schedule.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll upload this as soon as possible on YouTube, and then I'll see you guys for D&D next week.
See you next week then.
Thanks for watching. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.
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 Bye.